What's going on, everybody? Alan Cortez here. And in this quick training, I wanted to talk about the topic that I hear a lot of gym owners mention to me when I jump on the phone with them, when I have conversations with them, and when I see them talking about marketing and all that good stuff. What the F, Alan? I spent money on Facebook ads to get more gym members, but it's just not profitable. Like, what's going on? And I hear this a lot from different fitness business owners that I speak with on a weekly basis. And basically it goes like, hey, you know what? Like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, Alan. I've tried everything people tell me to do, but nothing seems to work. And the thing is, really, it's a sweet, sweet science, right? One does not simply jump on Facebook and get new members like that, right? Because if it were that easy for you to do, everybody else would be doing the same thing. And there's basically levels to this, right? So what the F, Leads Bay? How do I get this thing to work for me, right? Well, first things first, we got to start at the high level. We have to understand what we're optimizing for and what the goal is. So high level overview, we need to get the fundamentals and the numbers right. So first goal, what is your actual monthly goal? Like, how many members are you trying to get? How much revenue are you trying to get to on an ongoing basis? So let's say that number theoretically here is $10,000 a month that you're trying to get to. And now let's say you offer bootcamp memberships for $150 per member, right? So $150 per member per month. And then next we need to figure out how many new members we need to hit our goal of $10,000 at $150 each. And that's basically roughly 67 memberships. And now we need to factor in a couple of other numbers, right? And just to make sure that we're going toward profitability. So these other numbers that we have to look at is when we're generating leads, what's the response percent? So what's the percent of leads that respond when you reach out? A lot of different, fitness businesses that I talk to, they say they know their numbers, and then I ask them, okay, so what are your numbers? Response percent, show up percent, close percent. They're like, well, it's, I don't have it with me. I forgot. They don't know what they're talking about sometimes, right? But I don't blame you. It's something that we don't often think about. We just think about, I need to get a lot of leads and then I'm going to get memberships, but there's a whole process that goes on in between and we have to know those numbers. So response percent of leads that respond when you reach out. Let's say that's 50%, right? You still with me? 50% response percent. So you get 100 leads, 50 of them are actually going to respond. And to be honest, this number is going to vary between like 50 and 70%. I've seen it swing all the way up to 70%, but on average, not every single lead that you get is actually going to respond to you and actually going to follow up. It's just the nature of the beast, right? I have conversations with gym owners who schedule time to chat with me. They don't come through. There's probably something going on. Maybe they're not ready, but we don't forget about them, right? We focus on the people who are willing to speak with us and go from there. So 50% response percent, right? And then we go with show up percent. So what percent of leads that you book that responded actually, show up to their appointment? Let's say that's about 70%. So you get 100 leads, 50 respond, 70% of those 50 leads actually show up and book an appointment. And then we're looking at close percent, right? The percent of appointments that you have that you close to enrolled new memberships. Let's say that's 50%. So we have response percent equals 50%, show up 70%, and close percent is 50%. So then in order to figure out how many leads we need to get one new member at $150, we go with this equation. So it's going to be X leads, based on those numbers that you have, X leads equals one new membership divided by 0.5 response percent, 0.7 show up percent, and 0.5 close percent. And that averages out to roughly 6 leads to get one membership. And it's actually like 5.7, we're gonna say 6, right? You're not gonna get 5.7 of a lead. We're gonna be more conservative here. So then, in order to get 67 memberships, so $10,000 is the goal per month, $150 per membership, 67 memberships. In order to get to 67 memberships, Now we know that we need to get 6 leads times 67, which is the number we're going after. And that averages out to 402 leads per month. Or if you were to break it out over a span of 6 months, let's say you're not aggressively trying to grow in 1 month and you want to spread it over a period of time consistently, then that's looking more like 67 leads per month over a 6-month period. And now here is basically where the ads come into play, right? And let's say that your cost per lead is $15 per lead. So you pay $15 on Facebook or Instagram to get 1 lead. And basically, if we extrapolate that out, we say 15 times 402 leads, $15 times 402 leads, that's going to be roughly $6,000 a month that you're going to invest into advertising. So $6,000 a month, that's not going to be within the budget for, most gym owners out there, most fitness professionals out there. So, $6,000 a month, that's aggressive ad spend, and that basically means that you're bringing on 67 new members every single month, right? So if we were to look at it more conservatively, right, over a 6-month time frame, like we talked about earlier, to get 67 leads, now you're closer to $1,000 a month in marketing. So $1,000 a month in marketing is not necessarily going to break the bank, especially if you're acquiring new members at profit, right? And from there, basically, the key is not only to rely on one traffic source. So the other thing I see happening is that a lot of different fitness professionals just rely on the Facebook advertising or the paid advertising to get new memberships, but that's only one traffic source. And from what I've seen, 40% of new clients are going to come from paid advertising. What about the 60%, right? You have to leverage other organic marketing strategies in addition to the paid advertising strategies to get to that goal, right? Maybe you don't actually have to spend $1,000 a month. Maybe it's more like $500 because you're focusing on the organic marketing stuff as well. And with that said, we now to tie it back into this training. So what the fuck, Alan? I spent money on Facebook ads, Instagram marketing to get more memberships, but it's not profitable, right? So if any of these numbers that I just talked about, cost per lead, response percent, show up percent, close percent, are off of these benchmarks, you're going to start to notice that the cost to acquire a client is going to go up higher. So if your numbers are off, for example, your cost per lead can be very high. That's going to impact the volume of leads that you get. Your response percent, show up percent, or your close percent, if that's low, it's going to cost you more and more to acquire a new member, and that's going to be the difference between profit and loss on advertising. So you have to know your numbers when it comes to paid advertising, and you have to know where within those numbers, so you have to track them, the performance is off the benchmark, right? Because if you don't know these numbers and you don't know what your baseline is, or you're not at least keeping track of it, whether that's a Google Sheet or Excel or something, then you don't know how to improve and where to improve because there's no numbers, right? With advertising, like I said, it's a sweet science. It's not, I'm gonna go off emotion. I feel like this is gonna be good, or I feel like this ad is doing good. I feel like it's not. I feel doesn't mean anything. You only look at the numbers and you remove the emotion from the equation. So if this is something that you're interested in just really dialing in, getting better at, and basically just focusing on how to leverage organic and paid marketing strategies to level up and to get more memberships into your facility at profit, then reach out to me after this video, send me a DM or drop a comment and talk to me about my 6-week program that is actually designed for fitness business owners, and it just helps them simplify their marketing to generate 3 to 5 new fitness clients per week. On top of that, improve the scheduling, the show up rate, the close percent, the response percent, the things that we talked about in this quick training, and just really just differentiate themselves using organic and paid marketing strategies in 45 days or less. So some of my students that jumped into this program, I think it was 3-4 weeks, they were already closing 13, 14, 15 new contracts for memberships. Charlie, who's in my program, within 3 weeks, he had signed up 15 members of starting the program and just implementing what I had talked about before. So what is it not? This is not another free 6-week challenge spin-off program where it's like, hey, just copy paste my 6-week challenge crap, and then from there you're gonna get all these leads. we focus on the fundamentals because the fundamentals will never change. The fundamentals of fitness marketing, how to acquire clients at profit, how to leverage organic marketing, how to leverage paid marketing, and how to tie it all back in so that you have a system for you that generates leads, appointments, and memberships every single week like clockwork. Because there's only 3 things that matter for any type of business, not even just the fitness business, to grow and scale long term. Number 1, your ability to generate appointments consistently. If you're able to do that every single day and you're getting in front of more people, and then you're focusing on improving how you present the benefit and offer your solutions solutions tied to your services for you to help a specific demographic of people looking to get in shape or whatever. Focus on basically being better at presenting value and selling to convert more of those appointments to memberships. And then lastly, just really focusing on your ability to improve the member experience to make members want to stay long term. That's going to contribute to the long-term growth of your fitness business. Despite what all the gurus out there are saying and all the chatbots and the next shiny objects, we focus on the fundamentals, right? So with that being said, feel free to reach out to learn more about this 6-week training program that I have for fitness professionals at the end of this video. And I look forward to talking with you again soon.